viewers and welcome to the news segment at 7. I'm Arpit Bhatia and you're watching News 24. Today's big news is from London. A 9 feet tall statue of Mahatma Gandhi has been unveiled in the Parliament Square. Let's have a look.
It is a matter of great pride for the 1.5 million members of the Indian diaspora in Britain, as one of their most loved leaders has been given an eternal home in the UK. London has had a historical significance on Gandhi's life. He trained as a lawyer at London, and it was here that he attended meetings of the London Indian Society.
I hope that as Gandhi takes up residence in this great square, at the heart of our politics and our democracy, that we can all be blessed with the wisdom of Gandhi today, tomorrow, and generations to come.
The man who turned the politically unimaginable into the politically inevitable. The man whose doctrine became the inspiration for the civil rights movement across the world. Mahatma Gandhi, a man that Churchill once described as a seditious, half-naked fakir.
We have our correspondent Vinayak reporting from London. Vinayak, what's happening there?
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has unveiled the 9 feet statue opposite the Palace of Westminster, near statues of former US President Abraham Lincoln, South African leader Nelson Mandela, and Prime Minister Sir Winston Churchill.
Okay, Vinayak, could you tell us more about the dignitaries present there?
Among the dignitaries present at the event were British Prime Minister David Cameron, Gandhi's grandson Sri Gopalakrishna Gandhi, Indian actor Amitabh Bachchan, and Lord and Lady Desai, founding trustees of the Gandhi Statue Memorial Trust.
Thank you. So that was our correspondent Vinayak reporting live from London. Next we have our correspondent Ashita at the Sabarmati Ashram. Ashita, over to you.
Yes, Arpit. I'm reporting from the Sabarmati Ashram. It was one of the residences of Gandhi. He lived here with his wife Kasturba for 12 years. It was from here that he led the Dandi March. Talks for collaboration had begun in early 2015 when British High Commissioner Mr. James Bevan had visited Sabarmati Ashram. During this visit, he promised them access to its India papers. Today we have Mr. Arun Gandhi, one of the surviving grandsons of Gandhi and also a socio-political activist. Sir, what's your take on it?
My grandfather was a great believer in non-violence and truth. He was a man of action and not of words. He believed in practices. So he would never have liked people erecting his statues, but he wanted people to follow his message. So if we want to keep alive Mahatma Gandhi, we need to follow the path of non-violence and truth.
Thank you, sir. That was Mr. Arun Gandhi. This is me, Ashita, reporting from Sabarmati Ashram with camera person Atul Prasad. Over to you, Arpit.
My grandfather did not want people to erect his statues. This is what Mr. Arun Gandhi has just said. Moving on to Pune, we have our correspondent Rahul, who's reporting from the Nathuram Godse's office. Rahul, over to you.
Thank you, Arpit. Well, as Britain celebrates the legacy of Gandhi, the Hindu Mahasabha wants to build statues to honor Nathuram Godse. Nathuram Godse is the man who assassinated Gandhi on 30th of January 1948. The Hindu Mahasabha has kept the dream of Akhand Bharat alive and has urged the BJP government to declare 30th of January as a day of courage. At his trial, Nathuram Godse gave a speech which the Indian government had banned because they feared it would disturb the peace in the society. Some Hindu militants blame Gandhi for India's partition, the partition that had killed almost 1 million people and forcefully displaced 14 million. Its wounds continue to haunt the two countries. Reporting from Pune, this is Rahul Tekdi with camera person Meenakshi Soman.
So that was all for this segment. You're watching News 24 with me, Arpit Bhatia. Coming up next, we have Haryana State Government is the second to ban beef slaughter after Maharashtra.